It gives me racist vibes. Just be like, and then the same day she just like, hey, you want to come on the podcast?
See, that was. That's not true, by the way.
AFC, AFC, Southside. AFC, 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 Southside. AFC, AFC. Are you ready for the fight? Nighty night, lights out, no Tyson. About to be the clash of the Titans. Strike like a lightning bolt. You feel the ground pounding, that might be the coast. Quick like a joke, like to hit when provoked. Don't you doubt that. That's a Jaguar to a house cat. That's an outcast to a whole squadron. If you talking Houston, then we've got a problem. You'll probably get the horns if you mess with the cattle. Sit back in your saddle and get ready for the fan battle.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Like always, we'll give everyone a couple minutes to log on before we get the audio portion started. I hope everyone is doing well. As we were listening to that intro song though today, where it says, since Matt had this song written for our podcast, and it says, you hear the ground pounding, that might be the Colts. I figured maybe we should have changed it this week to, if you hear the ground pounding, it might be Shaquille Griffin. But
I like what you did there. I like what you did there.
Thank you.
We got toe up.
But, too late on the draw for that one.
It's okay.
What a sad day. What a sad day.
We already got a comment. Of course, it's the amazing Josh Allen.
And before a Colts fan acts like they won the Super Bowl.
Launch Shaq Griffin into the sun. I agree. God, I'm about to contact Elon Musk. He's got some Starlink satellites that need to go up in orbit. Attach that Shaq Griffin to it, please.
So who was cooking Shaq Griffin? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Was it Pittman?
Who wasn't cooking Shaq Griffin is the question.
Well, Pittman walked all over the Jaguars. We'll get into that. We'll get into that, though.
We're getting into all of that.
We'll get into all that.
And Sam.
Those hamstrings were cooking Shaq.
Oh, goodness gracious. Y'all ready to go?
Let's do it.
Let's get it. Come on.
Hold on. I share the same sentiments before we start. I hate everything. I agree. I'm only here so I won't get fined. So. It feels a lot different being on for week 5, 6.
Same time in a bottle.
All right.
Looking ahead.
Here we go. Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the AFC South Fan Battle Podcast. My name is Samantha Warnett. Joining us tonight, the commentators for the Texans, we have Matt Briggs.
Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. No.
I like that.
For the Titans, we have RJ Ellison.
Yes, sir. You know what it is, baby. Tight.
Mayo gang.
Right.
Bang, bang, Mayo gang.
Yeah.
Representing the Colts, we have Chris Jackson.
Word of advice to Sam: prepare to be sick of me.
Too late. I already am.
then half the job's already done.
And representing the Jaguars from First and Teal podcast, we have Miss Nika.
Yeah, just chewing on some burnt toast over here.
Oh,
You got Shaq Griffin at the house?
I like that.
Yeah.
You got Shaq Griffin at the crib? Oh, sweet.
I hope so. Keep him there too, please. Don't let him out. Lock him in a bathroom. Good grief. Well, guys, listen. It was a not interesting week because we had a division game, and as well as we had 2 teams with byes. So any help from the audience today would be great. We need your comments coming in. I'm sure it's going to be mostly Jaguars and Colts fans commenting. I'm sure the Texans and Titans are napping on the couch.
I don't know. We bought that bottle of champagne. We got.
Well, yeah, the Texans did because y'all got y'all got some news today.
Yeah,
y'all got some news.
I'm pretty sure Titans fans were pretty busy trying to keep Traylon Burks away from the local Krispy Kremes. that man's probably about 10 to 15
at the
pounds
Mayo
away from
Clinic.
being an O lineman because
The
he
Mayo
just.
Clinic.
Hey man, I haven't given up on him, man. I ain't giving up on him, man. He gonna come back hard.
He gonna come back as a fullback.
Well, guys, let's get into some NFL news. So the Panthers, well, the Bucks quarterback had a meltdown yesterday. I don't know if you guys know that guy, the Bucks quarterback.
Um,
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady. But there was another meltdown that ended in some getting sent back to the locker room. And Robbie Anderson from the Panthers
Yes.
had a meltdown and then was traded. Does anybody want to elaborate on the story?
Yeah, he got in an argument with the coach. Nobody said what happened, but yeah, he got benched and then got told to go to the locker room, and then today he was traded. They were either going to trade him or cut him, but he was going to be off the team. So
Yeah.
Yeah, usually when you argue with a coach, you're gone unless you're Tom Brady.
Yeah. The issue that they had was that he got into it with his wide receiver coach. And Steve Wilkes, who's the interim head coach, heard them on the sideline, and he's like, "All right, chill out." But then Robbie Anderson kept it moving, and then Steve Wilkes just like kicked it out, or he kicked him out, told him go back to the locker room, and he's literally like cursing them out on the way back to the locker room. So
he hasn't been happy. He hasn't been happy since they traded for Baker. He's made it known that he doesn't want to be there. So you got what he wished for.
Yeah, I just always hate that that's the way that you do it. Like maybe I'm a little biased as a Jaguars fan and the way that Jalen Ramsey always had back problems.
Yeah.
But like just do it and go quietly. Why do you have to
Here's
ruin
a little
everything on
bit.
the way out?
Here's a little bit more to it. He pushed his face mask into the coach, so
Okay.
that's a big reason why. He's probably gonna get fined for it too. So
Yeah. I guess we'll see more unfold. The Panthers are pretty much trying to eliminate all their players. I guess it's safe to assume that they're tanking, or they're just obviously some toxicity going on there. Because McCaffrey is in talks with people, and that whole team seems to be falling apart. So,
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you might as well just load up for the draft because, I mean, anybody who's not under contract is probably they're gonna have a hell of a time trying to re-sign, and you can only franchise tag one person.
right.
I'll ask this to Nika and I guess you, Sam, since you're the unbiased host. DJ Moore, would you offer a second round pick for him?
I'll let you
No,
get
what
to
is
it.
his salary? What is his salary cap?
I think he's still on his rookie deal.
He has to
Yeah,
be
he's
re-signed.
on $6 million right now because I was looking at it because I want
Yeah.
the Titans to sign him.
Yeah, he's still on his rookie deal.
He's gonna have to be re-signed, so he's gonna need Christian Kirk money.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we already said.
And he already signed it because I think the next I mean his extension is by $20 million, and I think because I was looking at it, it was like $20 million and $16 million, then another 16. So I was like,
Okay,
it's good wide receiver one money, like you know what I'm saying.
I'd
yeah,
rather
We got the Titans gonna pay AJ Brown. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
We're gonna hit the draft next year for that.
I got you.
Or we can give him a Shaq Griffin and some Skittles. Pull the Texans.
I'll give
Bill
him
Burns.
I think that clip, and without going too much into it, that clip is probably like one of the most viewed clips from yesterday, just because of how bad it went. Nobody's gonna sit there and say, "Oh, Shaq, wait, hold on, why does that sound familiar?" And then they're gonna look at that clip and be like, "You know what? No, we don't need it. You don't need him."
Yeah. It's too early for that, Chris. Let's move on. Okay. Yesterday, there was a record-setting 11 concussions around the league. It's, I don't know if it's getting worse or because of what happened to Tua, they're more on notice and, paying attention more. Either way, like, when do we, look into safety for as far as better helmets, technology for that, what do you guys think?
I kind of I don't know if all the teams did, but I know the Texans did. They had a different padding on their helmet to help with the concussion
During training camp?
Yeah,
Jaguars did that.
There's got to be a way
they all
to. There's got to be a way to put that on the put that in the helmet, and still have the helmet visible. I mean, it's getting outrageous. But I have to agree with you, Sam. I think the whole reason why it's being documented more is because of Tua. Tua put the whole NFL on notice. So
Yeah. That was egregious.
Oh, for
That
sure.
one was way out of line. Everybody could see there's no way he should have been out there on that Thursday night.
You didn't have to be a neuroscientist. You didn't even need your GED to see that man was obviously hurt, and how he ended up back out there was beyond me. But
I don't think he should play for the rest of the year, but
that's a sign of a traumatic brain injury at that point when you get hit again. God only knows what the long term is for that.
Less than 5 days, yeah.
Yeah, but the problem that you have with the NFL is it's just they're on notice now because you saw that he obviously had a concussion and then played 4 days later, when literally you shouldn't be doing anything like that if you're taking that type of head trauma within that amount of time. But now the NFL is just look, we see it, we're fixing things. It's just you're not fixing things.
No, that's how they do.
It's just
Listen,
protocol.
NFL is a business like anything else. We talked about it, with Deshaun Watson coming back, and they made his suspension until when they play the Texans. Come on.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's a business. You're not fooling anybody.
It's like what Josh Allen just said. You don't know if that's the record or not because they're now just recording because they have to. Like we said, they probably could have had 24 last week, but we wouldn't have known because either the players are not going to say anything, or the team just doesn't want to say anything.
So basically, you're saying there's a spotlight on it now just because of the two.
Oh yeah.
Oh, most definitely.
Well, they go through this. They go through this every few years. I think the last time that they really went into this kind of in detail, maybe was around 2010, 2011, was when everybody started getting those concussions, and then that's when you saw the rule with the defenseless receiver come out, where they're just if the receiver has a ball but they're not necessarily looking forward, then that's the issue. Because I think that was also the same year that Austin Collie had that really bad concussion, and that was in prime time.
Yeah.
That was a late hit. So they go through this every now and then. And then the part of this new safety rollout is going to be, we're revising the technology to make sure that we're keeping players safer on the field. But all they're doing is just opting for whichever helmets look cooler with the throwbacks now that they're doing. There's been more emphasis on the design of the helmets, the actual logo designs, than there has been on actually making sure the helmets have the proper amount of padding to make sure that the players are staying safe. And that's an issue. That's an optics issue.
Yeah, for sure. But we need a new, Oh gosh, I just locked my computer. Hold on.
I want to know how they did it back in the day.
Technical difficulties once again.
Man,
Yeah.
I got so upset I locked my computer on that one on accident.
Yeah, you need to relax.
Sorry, I lost you guys. Well,
back in the day, they were just in a chin strap and some leather.
yeah.
I mean, Australian football, they don't wear no helmets at all. So I don't know how those guys even.
Well, those guys, it's a little bit different. Well, are you
It's a
talking about
little-
rugby?
No, Australian football is a lot more brutal. It's like UFC meets football. Like no
Yeah.
rules.
Meets soccer
Yeah.
or what they call football, but you know.
One thing I noticed, if you don't wear a helmet, I feel like you're not going to use your head to tackle somebody. You get what I'm saying? You don't feel it.
Yeah.
You might use your body more. Because I know in rugby, people play rugby without helmets, you know what I'm saying? So they, you know what I'm saying? They were saying that you don't really use your head as much, you know. So,
Yeah, because they're taught how to properly make contact. The thing is, even if you look at even the way that they run with the ball, they run with the ball in a way
Don't.
where they're just making sure
Don't.
they're just making sure like they're protecting themselves as much as possible, but making sure that if there is any type of impact, nobody's going to be taking anything brutal. Not the way that it is in the NFL. It's just like they are literally taking contact with a helmet. Yeah, sure, but the thing is, it's just like if you hit your neck hard enough, you're done for. Yeah. It's all right, Sam. You'll figure it out. Hopefully you figure it out.
No, there's a comment that came through. That,
Wait, no.
no. I
Josh,
can't.
can't even post it?
Josh,
you
absolutely
can't
not.
post it. I'm about to go look.
This is-
Absolutely not. Immediately no. Immediately no.
Oh, there's a comment that came through, so I wasn't laughing about the concussions. I was laughing about
Yeah,
the
you said
comment, but we're not
football.
going to put that on here.
Oh, yeah, I just see.
Josh Allen
Is
is 20.
it Josh Allen that's in it?
That's a no, sir. We're not trying to get canceled.
We're
well,
gonna
yeah.
get canceled really quick if we read that comment.
Wow.
Speaking of
it's
getting
about-
canceled, that's a good segue.
Yeah, speaking of getting canceled, another woman came forward, Deshaun Watson, who still hasn't been canceled.
I mean, technically he has, but not in
Has
the
he,
hearts
though?
of Cleveland Browns fans.
I've never
Yeah.
seen somebody get canceled and richer. Well, I guess Kanye does. Maybe.
Yeah,
What
there's
did
always a
Deshaun Watson-
Kanye reference in there. Always a Kanye reference.
What did Deshaun Watson
Well, I'm
do
just
to
saying
deserve
he
all
got canceled and richer, but besides
Man,
Kanye,
you got that contract. You got to pay all those women. You got to pay all those settlements.
He got all that money. It's like all these women just happen to just pop up out of nowhere. Yeah, he got me. He got me too. Exactly what happened.
Listen.
Well, somebody who
Yep.
hasn't, who has concrete evidence against them this week, owner Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones allegedly what was the story, Matt? What did he do? Assaulted a woman in front of the players?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what he did. I think it was a cheerleader. What was it, Chris? Wasn't it a cheerleader or was it a
So
front
supposedly
office?
it was a cheerleader or it was somebody who's like directly working with the
the cheerleaders?
Cowboys, but it was done in front of the players. Like
Like, there's hardcore evidence. Like, this guy is not getting away with it. Like, I don't think there's going to be any criminal charges brought against him.
He about to
But
lose
he's
his
probably-
But
money.
why not?
Yeah.
I mean, is this what Dan
That's a
Snyder
million
had?
dollar
going on?
question.
yeah,
Right.
Harry-
He's never going to
Harry,
lose the Cowboys.
comment, Harry, Jerry at it again.
I mean, that's
We'll
the-
post
that's
that
the-
one.
That's the thing
Dirty Jerry.
we talk about. That's what we always talk about when it comes to owners. The owners are run by a whole bunch of old white men who are rich and just get away with stuff.
Not
they-
the Jaguars, sir. Thank you. But keep
Okay,
going.
I'm sorry. Well, and the
Yeah, not the
Bills
fight.
too.
Well, I mean, technically,
but still.
the Jags are running themselves because we know that Khan is not really involved like that.
He just writes the checks.
Exactly,
But-
like that. That's just what it is.
Yeah, they don't care. I mean, nothing's going to change. They're going to get out
Yeah,
of it
but it's
somehow.
still like ridiculous.
At the end
At
of the
some
day,
point,
money-
somebody's gonna have to be held. Because this is my thing. You can't hold the players. We talked about this on a episode prior, like with Watson, and like he was probably doing stuff because he was seeing it happen or whatever. You can't hold players accountable and not hold ownership accountable. You know what
But
I'm saying?
But there's a difference between a player like Deshaun Watson who is like making a certain amount of money, and then you have all these things come up, and you have somebody like a Robert Kraft or Jerry Jones that are out here like actively doing the things that they're doing. Because what player is going to be the one who's going to put themselves as a sacrifice for telling on Jerry Jones when it comes to sexually assaulting somebody?
Right, but that's what I mean.
Well,
It's a
not-
culture
90
problem. Like that's not
Well, yeah.
okay.
But not just that, Sam. There's a reason why Jerry Jones owns the Cowboys. He's filthy rich. I mean, at the end of the day, like we all
I
hate
thought you were gonna say he's a filthy bitch, but
I mean that too. I mean it goes together. Filthy rich, filthy bitch. Either way.
I mean, it's not much.
Money-
He has too much power because he holds a multi-billion-dollar organization. You know what I'm saying?
right,
He's
but
running
it's
it.
still
Not
like
even
you
that,
just
it's at the
you
end
don't
of the
get
day-
to get away with whatever you want to because of it, and at some point,
I mean, granted,
Not
he
trying to-
gonna
Roger
get away with the
Goodell,
small
you
stuff. Like if he
fucking
just,
bum, you're gonna
Well,
have to
he's
do
not gonna-
something about it.
He's not going to do nothing about it. That's who writes his checks. It's those guys.
Right.
He's not-
exactly, he has nobody above him but Roger Goodell. Honestly,
But-
I mean, Roger Goodell's not even over him. Like he just
No,
follows
listen.
his rules.
Not
I
only
like
football.
to go and die on hills a lot, and I will die on this hill.
I mean, the NBA, they was able to push out 2 owners.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but the
they're not
issue,
run
the,
by rich old
Right.
white men no more.
the
you
issue
know?
with the NBA and the NFL also is the fact that the NBA, like, they will literally go and say, "Nah, you got to get out." Like Mark Cuban will come out and they will say, and he'll say, "No, absolutely not," because it's just like that's the stuff that they're saying. Like the owners in the NBA are, I'm gonna say, much better when it comes to stuff like this. All these owners in the NFL, they're literally a bunch of 66 and up. I mean, and they're all going to the same golf clubs. They're all doing the same stuff. So, I mean, nobody's going to hold each other accountable because at some point
mean,
or
that-
another, they know about this. I mean, look at
I
what
mean,
Dan
that's
Snyder did
cool and all,
last week.
but like, it's not hard for them to just be like, "Hey, like, don't
is-
refill your
Women-
Viagra prescription and maybe just like be cool being rich and like."
or to say, hey, we need to hold women to a higher standard. I mean, that's
But
pretty
with-
simple.
Yeah, I feel like they need to do that because, like, I mean, if people,
But-
you can't just do women wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
I mean,
Well,
and let me say this from this point: you're filthy rich. That's why you own a football team. It's not that
Everybody-
hard.
Right.
But wealth has never, ever meant morality. That's the thing.
No,
But I'm
It's
saying,
not
like,
at
it
all.
wouldn't be hard for you to get women, so you don't need to go around grabbing people's asses, or that's just an assumption. I don't know what he did. The point is, you don't have to do that to get women. You literally could go on Farmers Only, because I would assume that Jerry Jones would go on Farmers Only and set up an account and find you a woman.
I mean, if
SugarDaddies.com.
he's that brazen to sexually assault a woman in front of all his players, it's just like, do you really think that he's going to go on a dating site to look for women? No, it's just like he has a complex that makes him think that he can do the shit that he does. You've seen the
And
pictures of him.
and somebody needs to hold him accountable.
I mean,
Well, that's
man,
the thing,
Oh,
Jim.
absolutely,
Man,
we're not
man,
listening.
Dallas
You
Cowboys.
ain't gonna get
Come on,
you ain't
now.
gonna get any disagreement from me on that. But
Right,
also,
right,
the one
right.
thing that I did want to point out was the fact that Dan Snyder, they came out last week trying to say that, oh yeah, well, they were gonna potentially try to see about getting him out, and he's just like, I wish y'all would. He's just like, I got dirt on everybody, and then
Yeah,
this stuff comes out about Jerry Jones, so it's like the timing looks a little bit crazy right now.
So we'll wrap this up with this comment from Josh Allen that just came in. It's a good one. Not all wealthy people are immoral, but wealth magnifies who you are. If you're already immoral, you'll be more so if you're wealthy.
Exactly.
And that's facts. So
With the CK.
Listen. last NFL news, and then we'll wrap it up and get into not much of our teams.
Yeah, well, we're gonna wrap this up quickly because we could talk about this Jags Colts game for a long time. I know you're trying to minimize this, Sam, but we're gonna do this.
Anyways,
So let's go out the way.
I want to give the shout out. Did I give a shout out to the Jags yet?
No, not yet. For
I want to
breaking
give a
your
shout
heart
out for they sent me a Tony Baselli Hall of Fame coin for being a founding member, and I couldn't make it to the private screening. Did you go, Nika?
No,
To the
I
screening
got off,
71?
I was supposed to go, but I got off at 11 to 7 a.m. shift, so there was no way I was going.
Yeah. Well, see if they'll send you a coin if you couldn't go. But yeah, so shout out to the Jags for that. It's pretty neat. They gave it to me in a little thing. I know you guys probably can't see it, but it's a little commemorative coin.
I think I might have gotten one. Or somebody sent me a coin, a 71 coin. Though.
Yeah, there you go. But shout out to that, and also shout out to our sponsors. Manscaped. Chris Jackson.
You're really dragging this out. But you know what?
What?
You know what? You know what? You know what they're not doing? You know what doesn't drag out? Manscaped. When they make sure
Yes.
that all your hygienic needs are handled. Everything from trimmers to ball deodorant, apparently. None of which I
Yes.
know about. But I mean,
And
if
you know
use
what?
that, then so be
I
it.
will say that as a hairstylist, the number one thing I hate is 2-in-1 shampoos and conditioners. Okay.
I thought you were going to say hairy balls. I was like, whoa.
I was about to say, I was like, what type of hairstylist are
Yeah.
you?
Whoa.
Let me find out Sam
Whoa.
braiding
I
pubes.
hate-
Like, what are you doing? What are you-
Man.
I like
Breaking
to be
news
able to
to John
braid.
Washington and the Jaguars.
Yeah,
But I will
Listen, stay away from
say
Jacksonville, okay?
I had
Stay
to
away
read
from
the I had to read the ingredients on the shampoo and conditioner, the 2-in-1, because most 2-in-1s that they make like VO5 and Suave and all those, like it's it's not doing
It's
that.
basically dish detergent.
Right. But this stuff it's actually legit. It's actually legit.
Alright.
I was
Oh.
I was pleasantly surprised. So yeah, definitely check them out. They've
For
got
all your ball needs, fan battle.
Ball
Manscaped.com. 20% off, free shipping. Can't beat it.
Yeah. It won't leave your balls burnt toast like Shaquille Griffin.
Yes.
Make sure you check out manscaped.com. Use the code FANBATTLE for 20% off and
Okay.
free shipping.
And always remember, a Jags fan life is rough, but your balls don't have to be.
Exactly.
Yes. Yes. Matt, you guys had a bye week, but you had a big week because what happened with the Texans?
Yes. Baby mamas are allowed at the stadium now.
What the fuck is that
Yay!
That's why DeAndre
Yes.
Hopkins got traded. He had too many
No,
baby
he-
mamas at the stadium. You didn't know that?
I know it, but the thing is, every time I hear it, it sounds more ridiculous.
Right. I get it. I know that's why I brought it up because
It does sound ridiculous, but it's true.
Like,
he's an idiot. But I mean, am I happy? Yeah. Did it matter?
Well, you never said
No.
what happened for the
Oh,
listeners.
Jack Easterby got fired. He got kicked out the door.
Congratulations.
Yep. But what the reports are saying, our lovely Pat Storm, he says that either Nick and Lovey Smith told the McNairs it was either them or him, and they said, "Well, see you later, there, Jackie." So, yeah, I'm glad he's gone, but did it matter? No. Nick Casario pretty much told him to shut the fuck up and sit down. So he hasn't been much of anything since Nick's been here.
Do you think anything comes out now that he's gone? Are they going to admit that they knew stuff or?
I mean, I don't know. Everybody, all the reports are saying that he was involved with the whole Deshaun Watson thing. So
I believe it.
I mean, he told on Baby Mama. So I mean, you figure he would tell on Deshaun. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see. He seems like the type to be a whiny little crybaby. So he might go out, pulling a Shaq Griffin, banging on the ground and throwing the fit.
So it's safe to say that you won your bye week.
Oh, yeah. Look, do you not see the scoreboard?
Yeah.
Texans 49, Jack Easterby 7. Of course, we definitely won.
So is there anything else to report from the Texans camp?
We still beat the Jags. Yeah, that's it.
You know what? Okay.
yeah,
Next week going into the Raiders. You confident?
Not really. I mean, they barely lost to a Chiefs game. I'm hoping Devontae Adams gets suspended. If he gets suspended, then we might stand a chance. But I still say we're going to be close because we've been close in every game. So I'm going to say it's going to be 27-21.
Got it. Well, short and sweet. Wins the race. Congratulations on your bye week victory. So, moving on. Titans. RJ, what you got from the couch here? Did you win your bye week?
I say we did. I mean, hopefully we get a bunch of players back from this injury report because, I mean, our injury report basically 3 pages long of players that I don't understand why we can't just stay healthy and why we start this strength and conditioning coach. But, hey, I'm glad to have people back because we got a huge game against the Coast this week. I mean, we got the deal done on our new stadium. So we will be getting the dome to match up with the Indianapolis Colts and the Texans. So we'll be domed up. We'll just be waiting on the Jaguars to get their dome.
Huh, trust me, the Jaguars want a dome. It's hot.
Yeah. We'll just be the dome. We'll be the dome division. How about that?
Fine with it. That works.
Dome division. So I mean, it's good. I mean, we're gonna get. We're trying to get a Super Bowl here.
Like, have they came up with a name for the dome? Because I have a perfect one.
No. It gets something to do with Mayo.
The
I'm
Tickle
not-
Dome. The Tickle Dome.
Oh God.
Where
We
teams
should name
come
it
to
the
get
Astro
tickled.
Dome just to piss off Texan fans. That's what we should do. The Astro Dome.
Comment says, Josh Allen, congrats to Mayo for their victory over the Titans this week. Mayo 21, Titans 0.
The Mayo Dome. Now, I do recommend that we should name it the Coliseum because when I first started watching the Titans, they played in the Adelphia Coliseum, and I always thought that was cool, and it went with the Tennessee Titans in the Athens of the South, which is Nashville. So,
Yeah.
I would like a Coliseum, a Roman, some type of Greek theme, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they should do something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What would you do if they actually were sponsored by Dukes?
I would never come on this show. I would leave me alone.
You would hear the end of that one.
Well, I mean, like I said, I've loved Bud Adams' daughter, Miss Amy. You know what I'm saying? I think that she's done an excellent job. I can see that, Josh Allen. I can see that.
Dick's Mayo Dome.
Like I said, she's done a lot for this franchise that I didn't like from a lot of for this franchise, a lot more than Bud Adams outside of him just moving to Nashville. So
Yeah, talking about old racist white man.
yeah, he was.
Bud Adams.
He was. He just stopped caring about the team after McNair and Eddie George left. So Miss Amy, she completely cares about the Titans. She wants the best from the Titans. She wants a Super Bowl. It's clear and obvious. We trying hard for it. We just can't get over the hump.
Or you're just like a yard short, huh?
Hey, like I said, man, at least we made it there.
You just tickled that goal line, Just
Yeah.
tickled.
We'll just hope that the Colts come up here and tickle us so we can
Hey,
get us.
You know what, RJ?
What the fuck? No. What? No, absolutely not. Like,
Yes.
what?
On tonight's episode of AFC South After Dark.
This is gonna turn into an episode of Law and Order SVU. Just be like, no, they came in here and they asked for it. It's just like, no.
Well, this just came full circle. He said Bud Adams paved the way for scumbags like Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
Shout out to the OG. But
Like I
he's
said,
no longer
the only
with
thing I
us.
like
So.
about Bud Adams is that he came to Tennessee. Outside of Bud Adams and drafting McNair, outside of that,
RJ, you want my honest opinion about Bud Adams?
what'd you say?
Nope. Oh
You
God.
want my honest opinion about Bud Adams?
Oh God, what are you gonna
So-
say? I'm not a fan of him, so you gonna say it.
I'm hoping his eye hole in his skull is getting screwed by a grub worm right now. That's
Okay.
how I feel about him.
Yeah,
Like
Hates
hardcore, just hate him.
so-
Hate him. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
RJ, congratulations on your Tennessee Volunteers win this weekend.
Oh yeah. We slayed the dragon, man. I've never had so many people cheer for my team. Like I was like, oh, you might as well just become a ball fan. Like,
Yeah, no, listen. When people play Alabama like that, that's America roots for the underdog.
Yeah,
Always.
exactly.
Always. So, well, next week you guys play the Colts, as you know. I hope. What do you think? Don't even butt in, Chris Jackson.
I'm not.
It's gonna be hard.
Like I said, when I'm on this show, I'm gonna be 100% biased. I expect their best. They're gonna come in. They're gonna bring that A game. They're gonna sling it around. I see they starting to get their pass game going. I think I'm 100% confident Jonathan Taylor and Nyheim Hines are playing this year. So I'm 100%. We might as well go and prepare for it. I'm a little bit nervous because we can't just focus on Jonathan Taylor this week. We're going to have to focus on those tight ends. We're going to have to focus on Alec Pierce because we're going to have to focus on Michael Pittman because they're starting to get going. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I expect our best. I'm a little bit nervous about our pass game against them because, we don't have Traylon Burks. You know what I'm saying? It's literally just Robert Woods and a couple other receivers that just run routes. So they ain't really getting open, but they just run routes. You know what I'm saying? If Derrick Henry doesn't get going, I don't think we're going to win this game. hopefully the crowd, you know what I'm saying, the crowd can somehow force a couple penalties, get the Colts out of rhythm or something. Maybe the defense. We should get Bud Dupree back this week, so we should be able to get to the quarterback a little bit better. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah,
Well, you can thank the Jaguars' old Walker for that because he called Matt Ryan a sitting duck, and ever since then, Matt Ryan has not been a sitting duck.
Yeah,
And they basically use that to their advantage and as their playbook.
That's 2 games he cost you. Cost you
See,
the
that's why-
Texans game and the Titans game, or the Colts game.
Like I said, that's why. Look, I'm glad my players that when they beat the Colts the first time, they kept their mouth closed and say they already knew when we played them again, it's going to be a tough game. But now this is for the top of the AFC South, so it's going to be a good game.
I like when RJ is getting on. He isn't on the same page. Respect, man. It's from Chris Norton. All right.
Yes,
Well, drum roll, please. Brrr. The moment we've all been waiting for. The moment I have not been waiting for.
You've been dragging every single segment out just to make sure that you minimize this as much as possible.
Another commercial for Manscaped. Make sure you head on over to manscaped.com. Use the code FANBATTLE to receive 20% off and free shipping. All right, fine. Jaguars at Colts. Man, oh man. You know, the Falcons blew a lead in the Super Bowl.
Okay,
And the Jaguars,
so here's what we're gonna do.
The Jaguars blew a lead in the Colts Super Bowl that happened on Sunday.
So here's what I'm gonna do.
Go
Only
ahead.
because it's just like the last time that I was on here after we lost to the Jags, both of y'all were talking spicy. But
Oh,
I'm
here
just
we go.
gonna
So hold on.
ahead-
I'm going to do what you did first
No,
before
no,
you
no, 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 no,
and
no,
apologize
no.
to
You-
everybody in advance before
You are
you
the
talk.
unbiased. No, you are the unbiased host. You gonna catch this verbality right now. All right. First off, let me
Verbality.
Man,
start
we
off
throwing
with
out
the
big
good stuff.
words tonight.
Let me start. Yeah, I was digging.
He got a
digging
thesaurus
through my
before he
TI
came on.
dictionary. I was going through my
He's
TI
like-
dictionary.
TI
was just like-
dictionary.
I was literally just like looking at Stephen A. Smith. I was just like, oh, that's a big word. A lot of syllables there. But listen, but let's go ahead and get this out the way because I'm a realist. The Jags played us super tough. Like they played a hell of a game. Like that's a game where it's just like Trevor Lawrence when he was on. The running game. It's just like they gashed us all game. They did a hell of a job on that. And I mean, honestly, it's just like it was a game that really could have gone either way because they played us super tough. I mean, I'm not even gonna fault them for that because I mean that game could have gone either way. But now that we got the nice shit out the way, Sam, you really thought like in your mind you. We both have our teams have records in our prospective stadiums, right? We've lost like the last 8. This is now 8. But do you know the Jags record whenever they play in the Colts Stadium?
Not since 2017.
Okay. You guys have won a total of 5 games playing in the Colts Stadium. Do you know how many times you've played in Colts Stadium?
27 years.
No.
27?
It's actually been 22. It's 22.
Oh,
so
I
you
apologize. Okay.
yes, no problem.
Okay.
So you guys are now 5 and 17.
Okay.
And you thought that because you won that game, that you know for a fact we played terribly in Jacksonville, that was going to carry over into the Colts Stadium now.
Listen.
No.
the Jag-
That was
This
a
is
rhetorical
Nika's.
question.
First of all, this is Miss Nika's segment. I'm the unbiased host.
No, you're not going to do.
But I'm going to tell you this much right now.
You're not. Doing
Not
that.
even you thought that you guys were going to play that well in the second half against us. If it wasn't for Pittman for you guys, and if it wasn't for Shaquille Griffin for you guys wouldn't have won that game. Trevor Lawrence had a 90.9% passer.
You only missed 2 passes.
No, and
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence was really good in that game.
But this
And
isn't my
that's the-
segment,
and that's the
Chris
thing.
Jackson.
No, it's not your segment. But the thing is, you're saying it like Shaq Griffin is the only reason why y'all had 34 points put up. He's not. You guys significantly had more than one thing happen on your defense that caused there to not be for you guys to not score as much as you needed to, and for us.
Okay,
to score more
Trayvon
than y'all did.
Walker did the roughing the passer. Okay, we get it, but it's not my segment. Miss Nika.
No, you're not gonna do this not my segment thing, because normally you're over here just collaborating with whatever Jags commentators on here. So
Oh,
you
I'm
can
still gonna
try to
I'm
avoid-
still gonna collaborate with whatever she has to say. Trust that.
exactly.
I got
Even
her
though you're
back.
the unbiased host, I'm calling out your unbiasedness. But then over to Nika, because you know what you called. You called
No, you know what
Jim-
this? No, you know
called
what this
Jim
looks
Irsay-
like?
you
It
called
looks
Jim
like
Irsay a crackhead. You called him.
it looks like. Well, he is, but he is. But look,
I mean, he kind of is a
you
crackhead.
you want to talk
We're
about
not gonna
me?
call out his
No,
struggles,
no.
all
You
right?
want to talk about me being the unbiased host? But last I checked, you also host this show, sir, and you just took over as the host. in which
Very
you
unbiased.
became the unbiased host.
Yeah, I'm always an unbiased host on there. The only time that I'm not unbiased is when RJ decides that he wants to go and he wants to tag me in something on Facebook. But no, we're going to address this face to face, okay? Because I don't do good with the typing, okay? You're gonna have to see me. Like I don't give a damn. But
You're
also-
as unbiased on the show
As
as Deshaun Watson is to getting his booty hole massage. But go ahead, Miss Nika.
Oh man,
Mike
Sim.
dropped.
golly.
you're as unbiased as a Jalen Ramsey fashion show. There's no way possible that you're going to get on here and say anything close to that. First off, you're as unbiased as Kanye West when people are putting trash bags and bum clothes on. Like you're not going to sit here and say all this stuff like you don't come on here and say the things you say and then just be like,
He's
oh, I'm just
obviously
unbiased.
unbiased. He wore a White Lives Matter shirt.
Yeah,
Man,
That's a good reference because I am not
Man,
biased
that's
like Kanye
a terrible
West.
reference. That's a terrible reference.
I'm not biased like Kanye West. You're correct.
Kanye
Miss
hasn't liked
Mika.
black people since College Dropout.
Man, he ain't been the same since his
God.
mother passed away,
Let's
man.
just,
Yeah.
let's just get that up.
He hasn't
All
been
right,
the same.
yeah,
But
I
let's,
can't
but let's,
take
but let's
it.
reel it back in. Then talking about the Colts. So the thing is, Frank Reich has delayed the pitchfork mob coming after him for at least one more week because he actually drew up a plan that worked. Matt Ryan, I think he was tied for third being the most sacked quarterback, and the Jags didn't get him once. So
No,
I mean,
facts.
whatever they did in terms of the O line, I think they finally sat Matt Pryor because he's absolutely garbage. They went out and got somebody who actually worked. Like this week was, I think Frank Reich knew like he needed to have his shit together. Otherwise, he probably
Oh
would
yeah,
have
they
had
were calling for
jinx
his
tonight.
head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, but I mean for good reason because there's literally
Yeah.
been no adjustments made on a week-to-week basis in games that should have been won. Like I mean, even going back to Tennessee, when the defense steps up and stops Tennessee from scoring in the second half completely, and you can only put up 7 points, that's an issue. So now you have a team. This is the first time this season, mind you, it took 6 games for them to score over 20 points. This is the very first game. But
Yeah,
I mean, that
so they
means that
actually
there was
were
something
talking
that was done
about
right.
that stat during the game. They said that I forget how many minutes it was by the time 97 minutes of football.
It was
before
no,
they
I think it
scored?
was 105.
Was it?
I think it was
Okay.
105. Yeah, it was 105.
105 minutes until they scored a touchdown.
Yeah, because they didn't score anything in Denver, and I think the last one that they scored was against Tennessee, and that was in what I think the third quarter, maybe fourth quarter. So I mean, yeah, that's how long it took. But I mean, I still want Frank Reich gone, but 96.
Chris
96,
Norton says
96.
96 minutes.
I might have been. I think it might have been like 105 offensive snaps or whatever it was. But
Yeah.
I mean, I still want Frank Reich gone. But the thing is, it's just like it shows that he actually does know how to make adjustments and he does have a sense of urgency. But it shouldn't take you damn near losing your job for you to finally get this shit together when you could have been doing this from week 1.
Word.
True.
I mean, but y'all have always started like that because y'all get break in a brand new quarterback every season. Like,
But you know what? But I mean, that sounds good. But at the same time, you can bring in a quarterback and it be plug and play because this is an offense that doesn't. The only change that they have on season to season basis is the quarterback. But the thing is, you still have the same O line. Maybe just like the O line has dropped off some. But the thing is, you still have wide receivers. You still have the tight ends. You still have Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. So the thing is, whether it's Phillip Rivers, Carson Wentz,
But
whoever
he didn't
it may
play
be,
Sunday.
who?
My thing is that y'all
Jonathan
doing the
Taylor.
same thing over and over again? Because I mean, I can't name one season where y'all started off hot. Y'all always get hot at this point in the time, and next thing you know, the quarterback stopped turning the ball over. You know.
Yeah. Well, that's but also you have to look at it like this. I mean, when the last year that Andrew Luck was there, we started off 1-5.
Yeah.
And I mean that was when we had our franchise quarterback, and that was the very last season that he played. I think that after this season, no matter how good or bad the season ends up going, there's no way in hell you can avoid that you're going to have to draft a quarterback. And I mean, honestly, I don't think there's any lack of quarterbacks, but you have Matt Ryan there. I can see Matt Ryan possibly being in more of a mentor role, but there's no what the hell is happening right now?
I was trying to show the comment.
What are you doing? What are you
Well,
doing?
Matt was trying to show it at the same time.
What in the epileptic seizure are you trying to cause here? Like, what's happening
Sorry.
right now? But like you can't, like, you really can't avoid having quarterback, like actually drafting a quarterback and having somebody in the system. And you have Matt Ryan there who can potentially be a mentor, possibly go ahead and just push whoever could be the guy next year. But there's no way in hell you can justify not having quarterback after all this time. No, CJ Beathard can stay on the Jaguars.
The comment was, "We will trade y'all CJ Beathard. Name your price."
You know, I actually know CJ Beathard.
To which Chris Jackson says no.
You know him?
Yeah, he went to my high school. He went to my high school. He did. So it's crazy. He went to my high school. He didn't get to start a job at my high school, but he lost it to this little short kid. And he went to another school and became a star quarterback. And we were like, yo, like, what? Why did we keep that guy?
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
He said, "Put some respect on my name."
How about
Nika,
this? If you want to send us CJ Beathard, send us CJ Beathard and a second round pick, and we'll send you like a 7th round pick for 2026. Because ain't no way in hell.
Nika, let's hear your thoughts on the game.
Chris, I hope the win was worth it because I think your quarterback probably has nothing left in the tank for the rest of the season. He gave his all for that game, and I just can't believe that the Jaguars let that antique fossil statue stand back there and pass for over 300 yards. And
They had to. They didn't have no running back.
Exactly. Jaguars had
Jackson
over
did
200 and
differently,
something yards on the ground. I mean, you had who was that? What's the guy? Hasty. I forgot he was on the team.
Jermichael
Hasty.
Yeah, just busting out. Just everybody was getting into it, and they let that old fart stand back there and just fire off shots. Now, like I said, I hope it was worth it because that's probably all he had left in the tank was for that game. He gave it his all. He got whatever Dan Marino record is, and probably for the rest of the year, he will probably be dog shit. But hey, if it work, if you love it, I like it. You love it, okay?
That's their Super Bowl.
But I just feel like the defense had one of their worst games when Trevor actually played decent. Trevor did, screw over the team. The past
Josh
2
Allen
weeks.
said the Jaguars were avoiding elder abuse by not sacking Matt Ryan.
Exactly. See, there you go. Because now you can't blow on the tough quarterback or whiff by him without it being because that roughing the passer wasn't as egregious as the previous, but still 2 weeks in a row you can't do that, Trayvon. You just can't. And I also think the defense is really missing Fatukasi right there in the middle. I feel like he is the Puz Lusney of the defense. With him out, it doesn't run as well. He is the foundation of that defense, and I think Jaguars.
The direct quote from Shaquille Griffin was, "I blame this loss on me." Do you agree?
Absolutely. Yay. Shoot.
Or I put this loss on me.
Wonder could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was burned. The Jaguars just needed a stop. You had Trevor Lawrence a 10. What was that? How long was that drive? 10 minutes?
That was a 10-minute drive, yeah.
10-minute drive. All the way downfield. What we've been begging and wanting from Trevor Lawrence to do, he did. And what we needed was the defense that at this point had basically been but not broke. And they just didn't get it done. and it was on. And really, it was all on Shaq. And maybe Campbell probably needs to kind of turn around every now and then.
Look at the ball.
Yeah, okay, you get the guy tackled down, that's great, but maybe break up the play. But really, it wasn't on him. He kind of did his thing. It was just the defense didn't have it together. It really was on Shaq. And shoot, I think we played better when he wasn't in the game, when he was hurt one of those games.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you said that was all Matt Ryan had, and he was done for the rest of the year. I mean, I think same could be said for Shaq Griffin, because that boy, he blew a tire out of something. That man, he looked like him and Alec Pierce as soon as Matt Ryan said hike, him and Alec Pierce were literally just like had a basketball. Alec Pierce shook him out of his shoes. He threw the basketball to the sideline and went and caught the football. And then Shaq Griffin was then.
But my thing about that Shaq, and he had to know, hey, they're coming for me. They're coming for me. Do something. But then again, maybe it's the play calling. Maybe Caldwell, he didn't call a good game for the defense that day.
This is what I would have done. If your cornerback getting killed, put a safety over the top of him. Like, that's all you really got to do. Is like.
But at that point, you know it's going to be a pass, but you kind of got to pick your poison, because I mean, Michael Pittman Jr., he had 13 receptions for 134 yards. He's getting 10 yards a clip. So the thing is, even if you don't end up guarding Alec Pierce, there's a chance you leave Michael Pittman Jr. open, and that means that one of them at like somebody's going to have to go head up. Like, that's just going to be what it is. So
look, I will say this about the Jags, and it's a compliment to the Texans as well. Both teams have something that I don't think the Colts or the Titans have, and that's heart. Every game, the Jags and the Texans are being in it.
Right.
So it's you can laugh all you want. I think it's going to be the Jags and Texans division in the next 2 to 3 years.
Right. I have to say, with this year, they're in more games than they're not.
They are.
They're better than they were last year. They're in the games. There have been no big old blowouts or anything like that, right, where it makes it look like they just don't belong.
And you blew out two teams. You blew out the Colts and you blew out the Chargers. So
right. And so they just need to learn how to finish on a consistent basis, which they're having trouble with, obviously. Yeah. It's there. Like I said, it's not there this year yet, but it's just frustrating because you can name and pinpoint 2 or 3 plays where they don't make those 2 or 3 mistakes and the game is theirs. And they just have to eliminate those because they're there. They are right there. They could be, 4-1. Right. They could. Yeah. They really
Josh Allen also makes a good comment. D-line also got no sacks.
Right.
Quarterbacks can't cover guys forever.
Yeah, that's another thing. They haven't been able to, the pressure hasn't been getting there like they should. Josh Allen seems like he has disappeared. Trayvon Walker has reverted into a rookie, right. Or whatnot. They just need to, they got to play better and get homie some more moves over there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, speaking of playing better, who y'all play next week?
Ooh, Giants.
Okay, what do you think is gonna happen? What's the prediction?
I don't know. Depends on what Danny Dimes we get. I mean, it's about time for that Danny Dimes that just doesn't work well to show up. I'm hoping that's with us.
Or maybe you got to stop Saquon, because Saquon is.
If we get Fonzie back,
dude, I ain't never seen an effect like that.
If we get Fonzie back, then it'll help.
The crazy part about it, I think the Jaguars are favorites, right? They're favorites in this game. I'm like, how? Like, yeah, no offense to Jags, but like, I'm saying, like, they're 5.
I'm not sold on the Giants. I think they're just a team that's getting lucky.
I just think they have really good coaching. I think that coach is just really good. Like, I think
they're utilizing their guys in a way where it's like they're not playing the wide receivers like you're trying to run them out there like a Tyreek Hill going on go routes and just doing whatever. Like, the way that they're playing, even like with their O-line not being as good as they are, they're running in ways that make sure that you're getting the proper blocking and you're getting to where you need to be. Like it's fundamental football, but it's the type of football that you need with that type of team. Because the running back is the only place where they're actually really, really good at.
Yeah.
Everything else is just like bend but don't break on offense.
Yeah, I mean we got running backs too. So
So what's your prediction there, Nika? Sorry, Sam.
You're fine.
let's see. I think we can give them 21-17.
It's gonna be that type of football.
I mean, Jaguars. We can put up some points now. It's not any of those field goal kicking contests where it's 3 and 6 to 9.
They have a good defense. I will say that they got a good defense.
I'm going to try to say this too, like I'm a non-biased host. Everybody hates on the Jaguars, but like the Jaguars look tenfold better than they have in years past.
Yeah, that's why I just got to say that.
Yeah.
And the last
we kind of expected that going into the season. We were like the Jaguars would be
a
better.
lot of young people, a brand new coach. Like, do you really count Trevor Lawrence's rookie year under Urban Meyer? I feel like that
yeah,
doesn't
'cause he
count.
still played.
Penalties offset. Okay.
I feel sorry for him.
So one thing I do want to say, Sam, and once again, it's just like this is just in all seriousness. I don't think it's people don't hate the Jags. It's just that the Jags don't have a great history like that.
That's not true.
Like-
The Jaguars fans hate the Jags and love them.
Okay. Well, then you gotta say Jags fans because you say people like that's pretty general. Like you gotta say Jags
when
fans.
we think people, I think the NFL as a whole. I'm like, nah, they don't hate the Jags. Like,
we're still, when you look at it, we're still relatively young in the league.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of history. A lot of our history is between 96 and 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah, when we was both in the
pretty much.
AFC Central, like
You know, and some of those rivalries with the Steelers and Big Ben, and going up there and beating them, the Steelers in their house twice, which not a lot of teams do.
Yeah.
That's kind of the history we have right now. It's not long. We just don't have it, and then you have all the years of just mediocre football, and that is on the fans. That's on the owners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, did you give your predictions for next week for the Titans?
Not as of yet.
Let's hear it.
let's see what you got to say about the game.
I honestly want to say that I think they have figured out how to do what they need to on offense. Jonathan Taylor, I anticipate him being back. I think everything's kind of pointing towards him being back. I don't see anything that doesn't say that based on what we saw this week with the way that the offense is that.
So wait, can I
Should be able
ask
to win
you,
a
like I
10-2.
asked the Titans fans when they lost Derrick Henry and the offense played better, do you think maybe you play better not relying on Jonathan Taylor all the time?
No, I don't think it's playing better, but I think you kind of have to play it a little bit differently. Jonathan Taylor, he can kind of make plays on his own where he can maybe just like get in and out of cuts, or he can see the field a little bit different than a Deion Jackson or a Phillip Lindsay. So, I mean, I can say it's just like he can work a little bit better independently, whereas you have a Deion Jackson who has all the skills and tools, but the problem is that he just doesn't have that vision, or he doesn't have that on-field agility to be able to make like those pinpoint decisions to just change things on the fly.
This is a really
I mean-
long way around you saying that you guys are probably going to lose.
You literally asked me a question, an open-ended question. Here's what I'm going to do, Sam. Here's what I'm going to do for you, Sam. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to say it the way that a Jags fan will understand. There's a lot of meth out there, but you know what? That's not going to be our method, okay? So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to say for
Crackers.
Tennessee, we're going to be in Tennessee, I think 24-21.
Who?
We come out of that.
Of course, you would pick your team.
Of course.
Oh.
We
Yeah, there's
play-
nothing wrong with being a homer, okay?
We've played better in Tennessee than we have in our own stadium against the Titans. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Well, if nobody else has anything else to add,
It's gonna be a good game. I don't expect us to blow them out. There's no way we're gonna blow them out. definitely on it. They're definitely gonna keep it. It's definitely gonna be a back and forth affair.
Well, Matt Briggs, I expect that you guys are going to dive more into the Jack Easterby thing on the Texans fan battle. So tell us where we can find you.
Oh yeah, most definitely. We also got a special guest, ESPN commentator Aaron Wilson, coming on the show. So check us out Wednesday at 9:30 Eastern p.m. Texans fan battle. See you there.
Chris Jackson, what about you? Where do we find you?
At
Gloating
CJ
about your
Fan.
win of the Jaguars this week.
I won't be gloating. I'm only saying that on here because I knew that you would absolutely hate it. Okay, listen, that's how we work. This is a reciprocal agreement. Okay.
I don't know whose
Damn.
eyes rolled harder,
I'm about
me
to
or
say.
Nika's.
I'm about to say, well, if Luke can
We were
kill,
both
Chris be
like-
Listen, I love it, Nika. If you like it, I love it. If you like it, I love it. Just want to let you know, okay? I appreciate you. I need you to send me like some tough word with them Everclear gummies, though. All right, I got you, player. But yeah, but you can catch us at You Don't Know Jack Podcast. We normally are on Tuesdays. We'll actually be on Wednesday because my 7-year-old will have an extra practice tomorrow since they're going to playoffs for his flag.
no,
Congratulations.
you cannot come on Wednesday, sir.
Congrats, man.
Goodbye. No, that's for Texas.
I'll be on at 9. You're welcome. You're welcome.
RJ, where do we find you?
I'm gonna do this for Chris, man. I'm gonna try to make me a Twitter, man. You know what I'm saying? Make me a Twitter.
You can find them in your nearest Mayo aisle.
No, man, I'm done with that Mayo stuff.
On the AFC South fan battle, you get RJ Ellison, the normal realistic, but you can find him in the AFC South fan battle group on Facebook, not being realistic and
The
talking
troll
a
of the
whole-
troll.
That's right. Hey,
The
hey,
troll
Titans
of the
fan
tickle
battle.
troll of the Titans.
Yeah.
There you go.
Titans fan battle, otherwise known as Tickled in Tennessee, is coming. Coming.
I'm sure it's Coach Week. You know, I'm gonna say something funny, man.
Oh, no, you listen. It's there's gonna be a lot of banter. There's gonna be a lot of banter. And by the way, hey, I told your boy Morocco he can't yell at his phone. Okay.
But I mean, I love him, man. He's super hype, man. And he's a hype dude, man.
Yeah, man, he puts hot sauce in his mayonnaise. That's for sure.
And Miss Nika, where do we find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at First and Teal, and you can also find me at Mika989 on Twitter.
Nice. Well, guys, we thank
Hey,
you for joining.
hold on. I gotta say one thing before we leave. Tomorrow is my youngest daughter's birthday. I want to say happy birthday, Bailey May.
Happy birthday,
turned
Bailey.
5. Daddy loves you, and he's doing this for you, baby girl.
Happy birthday. Well, guys, we
Happy
thank
birthday.
you. We thank you all for tuning in. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram as well at Sammy Football with an I. Make sure you check us all out on Twitter at AFCSFB and AFCSFB. That stands for AFC South Fan Battle. And also, definitely make sure you go on there and retweet the Pat McAfee tweets because, yeah, Pat
We're getting tired.
McAfee. If you're listening, no, we're not getting tired. It's just getting started. Okay.
Ooh.
Hey
It's
Matt,
just
you're
getting
gonna have
started.
to get the amount of days wrong again. Because
I know, right? I'm
You
like,
put
Last
out
time he said-
83.
day one, he was like 365, dude. It's just like, hey, but you responded.
Right.
And that's what matters most.
You've DM'd us and told us you're coming. You've shouted us out on podcasts. You've responded in comments and retweeted our stuff. And now it's time to unleash it all. It's time to come on here, Pat McAfee. But anyways, guys,
Hey,
check
Jerry.
us check us out on there and check out the Jaguar podcast and Titans people. If you're listening, we need Titans commentators to start the Titan Tickle Town podcast. So
Hashtag Tickled in Tennessee.
Bang, bang, gale, man.
Hey, make sure y'all go. Hey, Jaguars fan battle podcast. Only because Josh Allen said that, even though he's been talking crazy in the chat. But looking out,
Yep.
fan battle family.
look out for us, guys, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
You may not see.